Hello ladies and gentlemen, MarauderEX here back with more Let's Play Skies of Arcadia. So we are here in Maramba, we do not have a ship, we're kinda stuck. We went ahead and got some weapons, we looked around a little bit, there's a lot more stuff to do and look around. First of all, we didn't come here to the item shop, and there's something here, there's actually two things here that are kind of important. I'm going to buy a couple of each. Ignoring the ridiculous shopkeeper and his oh-so-ridiculous hat, there are three items here that are actually new. We've got the Sacros Magic Droplets that are all pretty standard, but we also have Glyph of Might, Glyph of Speed, and Healing Salve. So the Glyph of Might is basically an item-based Incrum. Glyph of Speed is item-based Quicka. Healing Salve, it restores a little bit of health, but then gives a regen over a time effect, which is right now only available through one of Fina's super moves. So we're actually going to buy a couple of these. We're going to buy 5 Glyphs of Might and 5 Glyphs of Speed and 5 Healing Salves. Not a lot, just enough to really give us, you know... I'm going to buy some more Sacred Crystals. We got 9, 10, 11, 12... Give us 15. You know, that's, I'd say that's pretty respectable. We will be using a lot of Glyph of Mights, mostly because they are more spirit point efficient. And he goes to bow and smacks himself in the face with his countertop. Yeah, I got nothing. Alright, so as we can see, this town is really interesting. There's the guy doing squat thrusts. This is his house. We can go in there, but there's really no point to it. What we're going to want to do is come talk to this guy. Are you planning on crossing the other part of the city? Perhaps you wish to ride a dabu. Sands of the desert are too hot to walk upon, it's best to take a dabu. So, I believe in order to get to the other section of the town, you have to get a dabu. Like, you can't... you can see on the map that there's 2 city sections, but nothing connecting them. So, you need a dabu. And we are going to use this dabu to actually get around the city and get to some things that we normally couldn't get. They said anywhere you see the red posts is a point where we can get on and off. Like the building here that allows us to get the slipper box that is on top of the armory. We can hop back on. We're going to go back over here. Can't get on top of the inn, but we can get on top of the building next to Mr. Squat Thrust. And it'll automatically center you once you get close to it and press the A button. So let's talk to Mr. Squat Thrust, who's the village elder. Stay a moment. Stay a while. And listen, okay, now I have a hard time thinking that this was not one of the translator's throwbacks to Diablo. You have a village elder. Stay a while and listen. Stay a moment. Come on. It's gotta be a nod to Diablo. So we can stay and listen, or we can make an excuse. Just stay and listen, and we learned that the village elder was actually in charge of the attack on Valua. But the Valuans hid within the Grand Fortress and didn't come out. So he's working out so that one day he can break through the gate of the Grand Fortress himself. So he wants to punch through the Grand Fortress. Captain Falcon, you do not have a Falcon Punch. But if we go downstairs, we have access to the rest of his house that's blocked off by the fact that he is a very, very shoddy housekeeper. And we get the Nasser Combat Mail, which is what we wanted for Vice. And the reason why we want that for Vice is look at the stats that it increases. Attack, defense, willpower, and magic. That's fantastic all around, and I believe he's the only one who can equip it, because we do not have Drachma in the party, even though his little picture icon was still next to our equipment. So, alright, that means we are done with this section of the town. So now we're going to go through the gate, and walk across. You would think that they would just have linked these two sections of town together, or maybe not built so far away, but it's just far enough to where you can't walk by yourself without having a dabu, and it seems really inconvenient. So we'll go ahead and come up on top of this building, and we can see behind these barrels there's a treasure chest filled with 300 gold. And then we can't get off the buildings without getting on top of the dabu. The only way to get back onto the ground level is to get off of a dabu at one of these ramps, which is ridiculous. Alright, so we get off on the ramp, and there is a well here that has a ladder. So we're actually going to use that to go underground. And we find it's not really a well, it is an underground storage bunker. And there's a lot here, but we are going to go this way first. I really don't like this place because they use a little gimmick of switches to get you to move around, and the switches move gates, and the camera angle just sucks for this because it's too narrow. One of my few gripes with this game. And inside this dilapidated building we have another moonberry, so that brings us up to 7. I counted it out. I think you need 10 moonberries to unlock all of Vice, Aka, or Fina's abilities. So if you had 10 moonberries, you can unlock all of theirs, or all of one of theirs. So I could go through and unlock all of Vice's with 10, all of Aka's with 10, all of Fina's with 10. All of the other characters that we have access to, I believe they only require 9. Because they only have 3 abilities apiece, which they have 1 for 1, 2 for 3, and 1 for 4, something like that. Anyway, we find in this treasure chest the excavation arm, which is for drachma, which we will not give him because he is a douche and left us here in the desert. Alright, so 1 switch, 2 switch, and we keep going down here. 3 switch. And notice how just everything changes, and we'll double back around here. And that was the excavation arm. And we go this way. Vice, we go this way to open the treasure chest to get the Gem of Fluidity. And then we go all the way back around, because in order to get out, we have to do all of the switches in reverse because it locks us in. But those are all the treasures down here, so thankfully you don't have to fight your way through this too much. Alright, where... Alright, I don't know... See, this is why I hate doing this, because now I'm... Okay, there it is. Like, where is the switch? And then we gotta go up this way. And we gotta unlock that switch. And we should be able to get out now. Actually, no, I think we still have to hit the first switch. Oh no, we don't. We're good. We can just leave. So that is everything in the underground storage area. And next up we need to go to the tavern. Over here we have the tavern, and then we also have a fortune teller. We're actually going to go to the fortune teller first. This fortune teller is important. Khalifa, seer of the Red Moon. I'm most renowned fortune teller in all of Nasser. There is no future I do not know, no path I cannot see. Hark my words and heed them in your journey. Let's have my fortune told. The Red Moon has spoken. To the east of here lies a temple in which the sacred red jewel lies buried in the hot sands. Go forth and seek your fate, and may the Red Moon watch over you. Interesting. So she knows that we're after the Red Moon crystal. Okay. Alright, so we'll come in here, and we've got the tavern, and we're going to come over here and talk to the dancer. I don't think I've seen you around here before. Make yourself comfortable and stay a while. That sounds like a great idea, actually. Stay as long as you like. Sit down, sit down. Okay. When, you know, a dancer tells you to sit down, I guess they just sit on the ground. Yeah, we can't really rest too long. We've got, you know, a world to save. And hey, it's the dancer again. And he had his reasons to leave because he was a douche. Like, there's really nothing other than that. Vice. Vice, pay attention. Vice. I love her eyes. Look at her eyes.
Hey.
What? Have you heard her sing? No, I've been staring at the dancer. Yeah, I'm listening. You're talking about the desert. I've never seen a girl like that. She's wearing so much fewer clothes than you do, Eika. Okay, so another swashbuckler event. What do you say? Okay, I'll stop staring. You have no idea what you're talking about. Pick. Okay, I'll stop staring. Just admit that you were being a perv. Except even then, Vice tries to get out of it by like, oh no, I'm just trying to be culturally sensitive by staring at the hot girl. You're undressing her with your eyes. Not that it would take long. You weren't zooming in, were you? Oh, yeah, we forgot. Vice's little visor can zoom in. Yes, she does like me. Fina, will you try to talk some sense into him? I love this. Well, Vice is very attractive. I don't think it would be as strange at all if the dancer was looking at him. So she's basically admitting, hey Vice, you're hot. Who knows where she's been? Right behind you. How does everyone know us just off of reputation? Is there a picture of us circulating somewhere? You overhear all kinds of things, like rumors, legends. Okay. Now, normally, attractive woman in a bar asking you to give them a ride home. I just seem like this is going to be one of those times where we're going to wake up missing a kidney. Yeah. Why would you have no idea. My name is Belina. And I love how they do interesting body movements. Like they try to make, you know, parts of girls in this game that, you know, move in an alluring fashion. They try to replicate that, but given the technology of the time, it just seems really, really silly. Alright, so that's really all we can do for now. We can make it back to the port, because there's nothing else in town. We've got everything at this point. So, we're gonna go... I've already stayed at the inn, but it tells you to stay at the end because it'll be free this time. Which, if I had known, I wouldn't have stayed at the inn to begin with. I'd have saved the 120 gold. Not that it really matters. I've got more money than I really know what to do with right now. So, not a problem whatsoever. We'll go stay at the inn, and then there will be another cutscene with, I think, another swashbuckler event. And then we should be done with town of Maramba for the time being. Yes, we will stay the night. So, yeah, that's really all there is now. So, oh, and hey, we get a scene with Drachma and the Little Jack. Little bastard who left us. Humph. Why am I getting upset that I left kids to die in a desert? Someone else will take care of them. Even though, obviously, the kids can take care of themselves because we broke out of Valua. Oh, but what's that? That does not... That's a ship. That... At this point, Drachma's like, "Ah, crap, I'm an idiot. I left kids in the desert, and now there's bad guys about." Yeah. Good going, Drachma. Alright, so now that we've had that scene, we can go back to the docks and finish up. We'll get access to a new ship, because we were getting Melena's ship. Which I believe is the one now parked in front of... Yep, parked right in front of the save point. I love how she's not wearing it, she's just still wearing...
Hey, handsome.
Oh, well, hi. Hey, baby. Good morning, I trust you slept well. Yeah, we slept.
Uh-huh.
Yep, let's get going. It's too difficult to cross the desert on foot because of the heat. Mere half day's walk can be deadly. Alright, so let's just take the ship. It's not much, but it's very reliable. Alright, so this ship basically changes the rules of everything. We don't get into random ship fights. It can't attack. It can't go through the stone reef wall. And again, the eyes. My father was a soldier. He was a poor man and sometimes a little short-tempered, but he was a good man and a good father. And she's telling us her life story that happened 20 years ago. Valua and Nasser declared war on each other. And her father was a soldier who died in the battle. Oh, that's very depressing. She lost both of her parents because of the war. I've hated war. Hundreds of people die. Hundreds more families have to go through what I went through. That's why I'm letting you... No, that's why I want you to use my ship. Alright, so we have another swashbuckler event. We'll do it. What should we do if we say we'll do it? That's... Vice's eternal optimism showing. Oh, we're totally not taking your generosity for granted. Just don't steal my kidney. Please, 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 do not steal my kidney. Alright, so now we're in her ship, which it can raise and lower surprisingly quickly. So we can still get into random fights here too, so that is kind of a thing we have to look out for. But I am going to go ahead and end this episode here, because we're about time. So the next episode, we will be over at the entrance to the Temple of Pyron, and we will start that dungeon, because that's going to be a fun dungeon, I can tell you that. So I will see you guys in the next installment. Till then, later everyone.